this is the working group meeting of October 2nd, 2025 of the Permanent Building Committee. The first agenda item is approving the minutes of September 18th.
I move that we approve the minutes of September 18th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What?
Yep,
Aye.
approved.
Oh, because these are working group meeting minutes. Okay.
Next agenda item is,
Instruction update.
we just did it. Oh, go ahead. You can do very briefly since we've already been on the tour. By the way, we've had the tour. There are some questions that were asked and we're gonna relay them during this meeting.
At the appropriate times. Right?
All right, so just covering the trades as they go. We've got some self-performed folks that are still working through carpentry items up on the roof. We're doing roof line blocking, following behind the roofers, and we've got Lanco scaffold in the auditorium, building a working platform to get going on the building E overhead mechanical. In terms of the site work construction, we are still, Wiggly is not actively on site, but they were on site with us on Tuesday. We did install the telecom pole that we've been talking about for a couple of months. Completed the duct bank to that pole, got all that work completed between the before school hours and the during school hours, outside of the restricted times. But that work is completed. Basically the raceways are installed so that we can run the fiber. Talk to Verizon, they're gonna come on Christmas break to actually install that stuff. Only because it takes 2 to 3 days to put that stuff in and they wanna do it outside of school hours. That's still within our schedule to kind of get things when we need it, so. JL Marshall on concrete, kind of in and out. They've been placing stairwells as we get them ready. Working on some housekeeping pads and some other miscellaneous items, did some aprons for doors in the gym today. And, coming couple of weeks, there's 2 more stairwells to, actually 3 more stairwells to get placed out. So, looking forward to getting all that stuff behind us. The mason is, actively working on all the roofs at this point. We completed the D3 roof around the gym last week, got all that washed down. He's been working down onto the low roofs of F building, which is the low rise area. So some of the elevations that sort of come up off of that roof on D and E buildings. Nearing completion there next week. He will be starting up onto the music room roof following that to kind of keep going, getting all those elevations completed. We do have some work on the ground elevation, working on B building east, running brick over there up to the precast height. And we did get some progress reports back from American Precast. They're going to be delivering the first trailer of the replacement precast on October 9th, which is a week from today. So we did take down the north elevation stuff that had been rejected. So looking forward to getting that stuff here so we can kind of get that stuff looked at and then get moving on basically continuing with those elevations once we're ready to go there. So
Are we monitoring all the time we spent, you've spent putting it up and taking it down and that stuff, or is that all on them and you're hoping we just don't have a claim?
I mean, they're responsible for the precast, so
Yeah.
it was 1 day to take it down.
That all, so it's not like it's a big task.
Not to do the removal. I'm sure it took longer than a day to kind of hang it and get it all kind of prim and proper where it needs to be with all the correct reveals and all that stuff, but we're gonna look at the stones when they come in. We've actually got some video of them looking. I mean, it looks like there's a lot more consistency to them. They obviously have to be shipped still, so we'll see how things look when they arrive, so.
And Dave, what's SMMA, do you guys have a crew here that day to accept them, or what's happening for you guys to expect them?
Well, they're
Or is
coming,
that just you?
that's just myself. They're coming on Thursday, the 9th. I
So
will be on
you'll
site
be-
that day.
Okay,
I mean, honestly, we're gonna have to uncrate them and kind of lay them out or whatever. I don't know that really ready to be looked at that day. I'm sure you'll be able to see some of it coming out of the crates, but it all depends on if the truck is here at 6 AM or if it shows up at 10 or 11 o'clock, you know what I mean? It just depends on how much they're gonna kind of get done that day, so. I think we'll know a little bit more next week. All I know is they said it would be here the 9th, so.
But we also asked for photos after before they create them.
So we have a video, we're asking for additional photos, we'll get them to.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we just got that today, like
Yeah.
it's. Yeah,
But like Jerry said, they look consistent, kind of hard to tell from the color from the video, but there's no streaking or anything right now.
Jersey.
Well, it's all.
the video he has does not have the sample next to it, it's just showing the
Mason
Pan
Company,
Company.
the Lighthouse is the one that's in charge of all of that, so.
It's all on them anyway.
I don't know what claim they could have.
All right, so other masonry items that they have been working on, we are plowing through doing the locker rooms. We've got the boys locker room underway with the perimeter walls, some of the interiors. We've also completed the custodial office and workshop areas, the water service room, and main electric switchgear room where we've installed the switchgear. So he's actively working through the first floor, kind of working on other CMU walls down there as well. So that's all gonna be ongoing over the coming weeks. We're working on plans to get their gym stock delivered for the 4-inch veneer walls, so that once the boarding up in the gym does get going, that will follow suit behind. Transformer yard wall is gonna go in during the month of October before we get power energized. We finally do have ownership of that block from Chandra, so. We have started onto the terrace roof, doing some of the lower block to get up to the through wall flashing heights. That'll allow that brick to get started. Also allow some of the metal panels on that roof to get going where the curtain wall is as well. So main story with them is once we get back on track with the precast and the brick going up, the crew that's on the roof will actually drop down to start working on the south side of the auditorium. So we'll have a crew working clockwise around the building and another crew working counterclockwise to kind of come around and meet somewhere in the middle. So, which always was our plan. It's just the roofs are going to be completed a bit sooner because we've shed a lot more focus up there. So, Norgate is offsite at the moment, but Roman Iron is working on curtain wall head support. They finished up today. Install of stair D1 is underway. Stair D3 is on site. They did install stair E1 that's completed, ready for concrete, and other stuff that will be coming up in short order is the MEP unit strut framing at the engineering classroom in B will be first, and then we'll be moving them down to the music band and chorus rooms. So that we can actually start doing the mechanical install that hangs from that strut. So based on just getting some K13 spray done there, so. Waterproofing company is back on site with us doing some primary seal on the windows down on E and F buildings. They're also doing the test windows that we're planning to test on the 15th of October. So they'll be remaining with us, kind of getting through some of the control joints and where some of the masonry's been completed, and also just continuing once other trim on windows does get completed as masonry follows suit. So PJ Spillane is mostly working on roof line blocking with the ABB. Window guys finishing up those last windows that just went in. And he's got some just head supports around curtain wall that he's been doing. So they're sort of substantially complete, but just a lot of loose ends, kind of around patching with electrical penetrations and windows and whatnot. So island fireproofing is mainly focused on the K13 acoustical spray at this point. They've been working mainly through first floor of A building. They will be getting into B building. We were missing some of the adhesive for the drywall surfaces, which is where all these acoustical sound ceilings are. So that's kind of the main thing we need them to kind of focus on. So all that's supposed to be arriving tomorrow, the adhesive. So The roofer has substantially completed E and F building roofs now. That's the low-rise section, the super's office, and the music and auditorium roofs. So we're in process of mobilizing them onto the C3 concrete roof where we've completed masonry. That's where he'll be for probably the next week and a half. And then we should have him onto the D3 concrete roof section to basically push through that for about a week and a half. And then he'll be around onto the auxiliary gym roof at the end. So the hopes are like in the next probably 6 weeks, we'll end up kind of getting pretty close to 100% weather tight all the way through with the roof. I mean, given we've got air and vapor up there, there still are some leaks related to that stuff when you don't have a permanent roof complete. So it'll be a milestone to get that 100% behind us. Sunrise has been working on all the curtain wall elevations on many sections of the building. They're finishing up framing on stairs A1 and B2. They've got the media center elevation, curtain wall 13. That frame did go up since the last time you guys were out. Curtain wall 17 in the rear of C building did get finished. We're actively glazing that currently right now. Curtain wall 18 around the gymnasium did have some issues with a little bit of head framing up there that I had to address. That is been put behind us. We're actually going to be installing AVP there, so we'll be able to start setting the balance of that stuff to elevation to finish those frames early next week. And he did take his first large glass delivery last week, so we've been shaking that stuff out, kind of plugging it in where we can, trying to track the next large delivery from those guys from Blue Star and just keep putting in. Basically, we're trying to get to a condition for heating for the winter, so trying to close up as many holes as we can. And then we'll continue with all of the pressure plating and capping on the outside. He's also working on roof screen framing. We did complete buildings A, B, and C on the high section. He's working the auxiliary gym and F building sections now. And then he'll follow behind Greenwood on those concrete roof areas. Lockheed is installed everything on the building except for 2 windows, one down in F and one up in stair D3. Those should be installed by early next week. There was just some trade stacking issues, just reason fine why that didn't happen, but they're working on getting the trims completed for us, interior and exterior on some other windows, and then in the coming weeks, once we do get some of this other masonry completed, they'll continue on doing all the caps. They've basically just done the test windows so far, so. Drywall wise, Century is definitely the largest crew on the job. They're up to 46 or 47 people at this point. He is actively framing the media center. Should be completing that early next week, kind of with the rough framing. And that includes the high area around the learning stair. We're also framing the high walls around the gymnasium, basically completed for everything except for the stuff just around the south end. Acoustic sound ceiling well underway through all of buildings D and E, all at various stages. Some are framed, some are insulated, some are already boarded. Some are even taped. So we're working through all that stuff to get ready for the K13 spray there. But taping and sanding up in 3rd floor of A and B building is continuing. We're completed on 2nd floor except for a couple of rooms, including that large group instruction that we looked at. And we're drywalling on first floor at this point. Just awaiting inspection from down on B 1st floor to get them going over there. So that'll be taking them through the next couple of weeks, getting all that work complete. Going on boarding in the gymnasium. So painter is working on first or primer and first coat A building, B building areas. He's also started priming up to 3rd floor of B. Ceiling guys will be coming in week of 10-13, kind of following behind the folks installing the window surrounds. That's JTI working with Polybois. They mobilized on Tuesday to put the window surrounds and sills in. So McLaughlin Tile, we had a kickoff meeting with, they're gonna be coming in, Tuesday, Wednesday next week to start taking delivery of bathroom tile so that we can do the mock-up of the first bathroom, and potentially get a mock-up of a corridor section as well before they, start plugging away and installing bathrooms on, or tile in bathrooms on, B second floor. Then, with so the rigging and theatrical stuff, they're gonna install all their overhead unistrut framing up at the top of the, above the seating area once the platform is completed in the auditorium. So that starts week at 10/13, and then plumbing wise, we're, working on rough for, in-wall bathrooms down on, C and D sections. All the gang bathrooms down there. They're also doing the outside of wall stuff in the science rooms, throughout A and B building, up where the drywall is now completed. Plumbing at locker rooms, they're working with the masons down there. Backflow and meters, we're starting to talk to them about getting into the water service room. And then the balance of the roof drains left to be done is basically just at the canopies. So, we're gonna be starting with our self-perform guys doing all that blocking, so in the coming weeks, those drains will also get installed, ahead of the roof, going on with those. So roofing of the canopies will probably be the last thing they hit, just because they're on the exterior of the building still. And then lastly, just the in-wall for the, stuff around the kitchen, is gonna be an ongoing thing for the plumber over the next several weeks, so. Fire protection, they're, doing DE and F standpipes. They're also doing, overhead rough down in the, music room section. He's also gonna be getting his backflows and check valves here in the coming weeks. And, their main section they'll be working on, for the remaining 3 or 4 weeks coming up is, auditorium and music room sections. Obviously off that platform, they've got a lot of stuff up high, so. Kennedy on the mechanical side, biggest thing for them is we set 6 rooftop units yesterday, so opens up a lot of work for electrical and mechanical trades to kind of get a lot of connections done there. They've been actively doing all the condensate drain piping through the cassettes in the classroom wing. That's gonna continue over into the D, E, and F sections, and once we do get platforms up into the auditorium, they've got some high work there, and they're also working in the music room sections where there aren't sound ceilings right now, so. Ductwork wise, the testing is ongoing in the auxiliary gym. F building duct mains are essentially complete, but they're waiting on some sections where we have to finish sound ceilings. And again, like everybody else, he's gonna get up onto the platforms once those are done, and into the once the spray installation is done. Lastly, the electrician is largely focused first floor in-wall rough and B. He's also working with us on C, third floor. Trying to make plans to get him over into the gym to start working on some of that rough, and he's actually doing all the mechanical wiring for all the rooftop equipment and VRF systems. Just working towards that date when we start to turn power on to be able to actually energize and start turning things on, so that's it.
Any questions?
Yeah, Jerry, when are you getting permanent power? What's the date there, like next summer?
No, he's gonna have permanent power, so he had told me November 15th. They're running behind with commissioning some of the equipment in the energy park. Not very far, but he said drop dead date would be like around December 1st this year.
Okay. So the energy park is that far along?
So they have a lot more to do, but they're gonna be able to give us power, and they're gonna continue working on stuff in that park, probably
Okay.
through the spring.
Okay,
So they're nowhere near done.
okay,
They've got a lot more to do.
but they'll
Like,
have
they're not
power
ready to give
for
me,
you.
they're not ready to give me power generation, like if something was to go out, all that stuff, like,
Okay,
they're gonna give me like a feeder to get, to be able to turn stuff on.
thank you.
Just during the tour, there was a couple of questions wanted to do with them. We were up on the roof of building A and B. They're regarding the location of the solar panels.
Yep.
They were gonna be, as David, I think you indicated,
The roof
where are
plans indicate a boundary designated by a dashed line, and that shows the areas that PV is allowed on.
okay. The other question had to do with in building up regarding the change that was being made was to the
Administrative.
the administrative suite in the welcome area. There was just some concern, and there's no problem with time wise and that yet, correct? Do we know?
Not in the current couple of weeks, no, we're working through, finishing up framing in D, a lot of the stuff down in D2 and 1, certainly all the boarding up at the other end. Taking care of some of the, remaining parapet stuff on the roofs, I mean.
Do we have a number on that yet? On that change?
I thought we did, not a total.
We got it wrong.
We had a guess,
Yeah, rough order of magnitude.
But we approved it based on that, right?
to go forward,
Yeah,
I thought so.
but not the final approval, but.
because I thought we needed final drawings to
Right.
be able to get
That's
final
correct.
numbers. So
Correct.
where are we at with the
Those
drawings?
are coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's like, it's going from like a furniture solution to wall, so it's not like we have to take anything apart, so we can always build it when we get it finalized.
Okay.
Those walls have framed yet.
And then there was another question regarding the coordination with the window seals. Bill, I think you asked about
It
that.
was one of the items in SOV 15, but we'll probably just get into that.
Okay,
when
will we
review
do
that.
it?
Yeah,
Fine,
That's
Okay.
the next on the
sequencing,
agenda.
yeah. Mhm.
those are some of the questions during the tour.
Okay.
Next item.
Item
budget
3
change
is
order update.
Change order, yeah. So we have SOV 15.
Okay, PCO 117 was added flat stock at the roof screen bolt locations. We needed to install flat stock around the roof screen bolts so we can have a continuous surface for the roof AVB to be terminated up and onto the roof screen post. PCO 121, this is an RFI 430. The fixture F21C was scheduled to be mounted in an architectural cove. We don't have an actual architectural cove, so we needed unistrut to mount that from the ceiling in the auditorium. PCO 127 is a second sun control device, kind of post support for, we needed the Miss Metal Sub to provide this offer beam to allow Sunrise to connect their support of their sunscreen. Nice plate. PCO 141 additional roof screen support, so the delegated design came back, requiring intermediate light gauge metal framing to support the roof screen on the posts that were provided by Norgate.
Is it bigger or is it?
So if you go there, you can see
We're up there.
a big span of a section where the roof screen panels were too thin to be supported just from that, so we needed to put framing in between it.
Sorry.
But is that not a design issue from the get-go, or was that just kind of found when you started with the panel?
Yeah, I think it was when they were doing the calcs from, just for the panels themselves, it was too large of a span, for.
Well, what do you have done those
So-
calcs on this?
No, it was a
We
delegated
don't
design.
design, but we design what it looks like and the material. But then the subcontractor is required to make sure that he has enough support for this
So
panel.
he bid that job, right?
Correct.
So he bid it. He bid it $40,000 short. Yes,
So it was,
if there was support, extra support needed, why didn't he pick it up at the beginning?
so you don't have an engineer at bid time. You get this, you get the job, you hire your engineer, you get the submittals approved, you design it on a delegated design, and that came up saying it was not efficient enough. So we had to add more supports.
Well, we've known about this forever, since the
just-
original design and bid.
Well, I mean, it's come
No.
up in the
It was
last
through the
month or
last,
so.
yeah,
It's,
there was 2 rounds of shop drawing where it was vetted out during that.
I just hate for that. I almost feel like people bid and put numbers to things and then they're like, well, it doesn't really matter, we'll get another 40 grand when we do the job. I just think there's a game being played here by subcontractors, and I think we gotta be real careful that. I mean, yes, it's fine that it's all in contingency, but at some point contingency is gonna run out.
We hope not.
Yeah, you hope not. You're not alone.
No, I mean, we're in good shape.
Like, I
that
don't,
way, but-
I see no revision on that one, so everybody's just like, fine, that's.
No, that's not true, because Dave,
Well, I said I see no revision, and that is true, because there's no revised number up here. So either it's gonna get put on this,
I think it did go back and forth. I don't know if
It
it was
was-
via email or.
it was kind of before it even made it to a change status where all these conversations were had as well. And I know Dave pointed out, because there's a lot of spec language that these certain subcontractors own support, like additional support to be able to get their work done, but this was kind of above and beyond that scope of work. It required framing. Sunrise is not like, a crew of carpenters. They have carpenters, but they don't do metal framing, and it needed additional metal framing with engineering to kind of complete the support system for it.
so I guess I'm questioning what does revised one mean versus no others having no revision.
So they're all thoroughly vetted. But the red one just means,
There was a change that took place. It was
So these
updated.
are vetted, but no changes were made.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a fair amount of the back and forth happens before the formal change is submitted,
If there's a revision, it's usually there's the price changed, additional documentation had to be included as backup and things like that. If the original PCO doesn't include the required backup, then it gets resubmitted with a revision.
Was that 39,000 the original number that they wanted?
Yeah.
Or was there more?
No, that was it. This one did go through a lot of discussion. But it is a construction contingency item, and that's how it's being funded. It's not from the owner. So a lot of those gaps between subs, well, this isn't, the structure on the building was by Norgate. Then Sunrise comes in and it's like, well, this isn't quite what we need. And they come on board after Norgate's already on board, and they run through their shops and delegated design, and that's where this winds up.
Okay.
PCO 143 was an RFI that came out about some additional back boxes for TV displays. It is highlighted because we're still working on it
There's a credit due,
yeah, exactly.
but we just
Right.
kind of know, because the bond will compile this SOV, send it out to make sure we've got everything covered as we have reviewed. We do a Tuesday afternoon meeting each week, but this one, Dave just noted today, he's like, oh, we forgot the credit wasn't included for a Century on this, because this is gonna be a new, like, piece of
so
equipment that
behind-
goes, it's an insert kind of.
yeah, behind each,
There's gonna be a credit.
TV
for
on the
sheetrock.
wall. Our detail showed a drywall recess. So a five-sided box made out of drywall, with the intent of that being where the,
You put it in a TV.
yeah, where the power and cell data would connect.
It's like a double recess.
Yeah.
So it's
So
the
then
recess for the TV and then the recess.
And the
for the
reason
wall.
for the-
Right. The box makes it a
Be
better
cleaner,
connection,
much
an
cleaner.
easier connection, because it has knockouts in it, and you can put back boxes to it. But it solves problems, two problems with just the drywall recess would have back boxes in it. So this is a cleaner, easier installation. So there's a so this cost, the 8,000
Mhm.
is just for the new box, the metal box. What it's missing is the credit for the drywall box.
We'll update it, make sure it's correct for the PVC, but we just.
How many of these are there?
I mean, what?
740.
Yeah, there's quite a lot, right?
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I counted them the other.
There's
day.
19.
Yeah,
35.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Oh, locations for here, you mean? Oh, good. All right.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about PCO.
All right,
All right,
PCO 144 is R 435, so this is a sequencing item that came up. We didn't get the MDF, window jams and header and the solid surface sill in time before the drywall went, so the drywall went first. And now that the window, MDF jams, header and solid surface sill are coming in, they get shimmed square and plumb. And it causes a gap around where the drywall was cut, so we needed to come in, put tear away and tape it back in to close that gap.
This is a CM even methods thing, which is why it's a construction contingency there.
PCO 717 is Worcester area premium time for shop fabrication and then field labor for a few Saturdays to stay ahead of the carpenters. Due to the multiple rain days in the spring, the carpenters, when it was pouring out, they came in from the exterior and stayed productive and did interior walls. As a result of that, the interior work progressed faster than we planned. And we needed to keep Worcester area ahead of them, so we worked a couple weeks of shop OT and a couple multiple weeks of Saturdays to get ahead.
And it was kind of moving them around, right? Kind of out of
It was
sequence.
really related to the sequencing things because of
Yeah,
the. you
otherwise,
couldn't- You
yeah.
couldn't do the fireproofing until the roof was on, and we had like 45 rain days in the spring.
Right. Cause if there was, Worcester Air was,
I remember it. I was keeping track of it.
cause if the sub was behind, we're not gonna pay them, you know, they're gonna pick it up on their own, but it was like moving them around out of sequence, so.
PCO 716 is a Monte PTO, again, making up some weather days. We wanted to get the underground and area D done so we can get jail marshal over there and get the slab on grade poured.
These last two, these two are holds.
PCO 722 was unit size increase per the delegated design. We needed an additional increase to implement to eliminate the threaded rod. And then we needed a sorry, hold on. Unit was increased per the delegated design with an additional increase to implement eliminating the threaded rod. We needed to eliminate the threaded rod due to a scheduling thing. We need to accelerate the acoustical ceiling boarding so we can get the unit strut underneath and get MEP subs in there.
So this is the acoustically isolated ceiling, so all of the MEPs aren't going back to the deck, they're doing it from unistrut on from the steel. There was the detail calls for threaded rod to go up to the deck itself. Sequencing wise, we're trying to get the drywall and isolators done in the beam pockets prior to that and avoiding a coordination issue. For the betterment of the project, the idea was to increase the size of the unistrut so you could eliminate those rods. So it basically is allowing other trades to move forward rather than hold up the whole show to get threaded.
so we're
out there.
eliminating the rod installation.
Yes, yeah,
Is there credit there?
Yes,
It's part of it. It's part of that 48,
yes, the material
Okay,
and
alright.
labor.
and that was the whole?
Yeah.
There's a good pocket of money for these field glasses for the various MEP.
Okay, PCO 138, we had changed the doors at this opening to unequal leaves and that caused the hardware to be changed. Because the panic device you can put a panic device on a 2-foot door. So it has changed to vertical rods. So that was the upcharge for that.
PCO 140 was the furnace to floor access panels for the grease interceptors in the kitchen. We didn't buy this with a subcontractor, so we had to buy that direct. PCO 106.
Why is it, why is it
Oh, yeah.
contingency? Sorry, why, so why is that? If you were gonna buy it on the base, why is that contingency?
it would be a missed bought scope essentially, a scope that fell between the
Oh,
cracks.
so
of the buyout.
you didn't purposely not buy it?
Correct, yeah, so all the buyout savings, which there is substantial amount on this project, goes to contingency, so
Yeah.
any things that fell through the cracks would come from contingency, so it's essentially going against buyout
Okay.
savings.
Do we know what the buyout savings were?
What's the latest? It
Right now, we're at
in the,
over 1.8.
Still working on it.
And that's not part of what we track on here, so that's in addition to.
yeah, so that is,
Have we put that back into contingency yet?
Not formally.
Not formal.
Because I haven't seen the number for contingency go up that
No.
dramatically.
No,
It's
no,
just-
not
We've kind of have it slated to go there, but it hasn't
Okay.
officially.
There's still like the,
So at some point, we get
A little
another
bit of
million,
bias left.
call it $1 million back into contingency.
So we have Hemlock Road is really the last big buy left. We are tracking over the budget, so it's probably gonna eat into that 1.8, but still there's
Okay,
a big chunk.
when do
coming
we
back.
expect to know and have that kind of squared away? Does it
So
matter?
not
Can it be the
really.
end of the project?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Lynn? Is there any reason that?
Linda's
Oh,
not
she's
on.
not on. She's not on.
no, she is.
She is on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh,
Hi, Lynn.
that's it. From her bedside.
Lynn, is there transferring buyout save, like basically finalizing buyout savings? Is there? Does it really matter when we pull the trigger on that?
Well, it matters in that when we move from one division to the next, they'll disqualify it.
They'll disqualify it?
Yeah, for reimbursement.
So,
So what we'll have to try to do is make sure that it stays within that percentage that wasn't eligible to begin with, so.
And use it for something we wouldn't get reimbursement for anyways.
Right, I mean, we should make sure that we try to, put it within that percentage that doesn't get reimbursed.
So who's doing that?
yeah, yeah. how do we-
Well,
how do we-
they need
You
to,
or-
when they're ready, everything's done. I just need to look at it and see, I'll do the best I can do.
So when you say everything's done, end of the project or?
No,
we
it
feed
should be,
buyout.
I think they're pretty much, they've already started it, and I'm not sure if it's complete or not, but I've seen something on it before, so.
Yeah, that really the last one is Hemlock Road, and we've already de-scoped the sub. We've asked them to make some modifications to it, so. The next month, I would say, we could probably, present
When you're
something.
done making, proposing all the moves you wanna make, send it to me and then I can, we can work out the best way to do it for the
Start
project.
massaging it?
Yeah, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I brought it up.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, Lynn.
Okay, PCO 106, we made adjustments to the partition layout in buildings B and D, which caused the prefab toilet carrier layouts to be modified. I don't know if you saw on site, but there's, the plumber prefabs the toilet carrier assembly in the shop, brings it out. So when they brought it out, it was based on the original drawings. We had to adjust these dimensions, and then they had to adjust the carrier locations. PCO,
The reason behind that was the electrical pipes in the bathroom with the structure. There were
Yes.
conflicts with the structure that caused those walls to need to be adjusted, so it was kind of a necessary evil.
good point. PCO 56, so we added 6 volume dampers in the auditorium ductwork that were not shown on the drawings.
PCO 109 is concrete slab box out, so on some of the critical pours that we needed, we boxed out items that we weren't ready to complete. There's the volleyball sleeves in the gym. The storm pipe, like over in B area where we need to switch from 6-inch to 8-inch, and then some roof drains in D and F that we weren't ready to set, so we had to box them out while we poured. PCO 112,
And how is that 60, is that T and M? How do they come up with $16,000?
it was T&M.
There's a lot more than that, I think, then, because that was one of the questions we asked, how many locations. They're good.
So what did that number start at? If somebody can
I
remember
think we might-
roughly.
They have a big spreadsheet that shows what it was approved.
I think it was just like a rate thing, and it was a couple of dollars that was adjusted, but not much.
Okay,
PCO 112 is provide install additional rebar around roof D slab penetrations. So these were additional openings that came up after the rebar was installed prior to the pour, which required additional rebar around them. PCO 125 is RFI 392. It's the connection details for the lighting mast and roof tie-off anchor supports. So the architectural is called for the lighting mast and roof tie-off anchors to have the structural provided plate and thermal break. The structural drawings only called for a column cap, so we had to have Roman out and kind of make a field adjustment to get that additional plate and thermal break installed.
There's a lot of locations.
Dave, you PCO 130?
Oh, we're doing that?
Curtain wall headers.
Oh, these were, sorry, I have a different list.
Stair D three.
Yeah, these were, curtain wall. Where the curtain wall, the top of the current wall attaches, is supposed to attach to the structure. It was missing a place to attach it, so we added, cold form framing. And there was a one location we had to use, structural steel or steel channels.
PCO 152 is the JL7 sidelight glass element. So this is half the cost, and they provide a letter saying the claim is off the table if we pay for half of the.
I think we do this.
Yeah.
Well, this we
approved that.
Yeah.
PCO 156 is a casework. We were returning to the specified latching system. So this was a misbuy. The casework vendor proposed an alternate latching system during the kind of descope. We had a mock-up and went and reviewed it again. Unfortunately, it's not going to hold up in a high school environment, so we had to go back to the specified latch, and we're taking that out from buyout savings.
So this was another buyout thing where they proposed an alternate. There was a little bit of miscommunication on our end. We thought the design team was good with it, so we bought that alternate. Turns out that was not the case, so it was a misbuy. So kind of same thing goes against the overall, the $1.8 million of buyout savings.
Okay.
That's it for those. Yeah,
The total for this change
it's 320 internal.
320 plus. Right.
That includes both contingencies,
Okay.
contingencies and,
All right.
it was like 80,000 hold to 240 or 250, 240 and contingencies. Okay. FF&E and technology, I think there was still a couple items, right, Dave, that we wanted to.
Yes, we wanted to talk about the digital lab. Is
The what?
the digital lab. Helen, are you on?
I am on.
Digital lab is.
It is part of the art department, and they do digital work, things like with photography and graphic design. So,
Okay.
so the ask here of this group is that this is, yeah, still sort of related to the FF&E meetings we had back in May and subsequent multiple iterations of the furniture layout in this room. My colleague Dave Fanuelli noted recently that the way that the furniture was laid out in the space was causing a conflict with some casework, some base cabinets we had planned in the room. And so it's our recommendation that we make some adjustments to that casework, possibly some outlets so that it works better with the current approved furniture layout. So we wanted to make you all aware that we'd like to proceed with that change so that it doesn't come as a surprise. But we're talking about making adjustments to about 11.5 feet of base cabinetry. Any concerns about moving forward with that change?
Are you getting rid of the casework altogether? So
No,
is that
we're
an-
adjusting it. We need it where it is. In fact, if you want, I can pull up the furniture plan if I'm allowed to share.
So it's associated with FF&E, but really isn't FF&E.
You got it. It's a follow-on to some of that work we've been doing with furniture.
And where are you guys suggesting these funds come from?
We could use the supplemental contingency.
No, they can't use that. It
Oh,
has to
no.
come from the owner's contingency.
Oh, then we're not in favor.
Denied, next item.
Well, this is similar to the superintendent's
Yeah,
change,
yeah,
right?
I
It's
think-
very similar, just
Is
changing
it,
the space.
wait a minute,
Better
let me
use
just
a few
ask a
thousand
question.
dollars Than
Yeah.
11 feet, I mean, it better not be
Like,
30,000.
I just need to ask a question. Helen, is this is this work being done by bond?
Yes, it would be bond work.
Okay, then it can come, if it's anything related to FF&E that's not done by the contractor, it can't come from
Yeah,
the supplemental contingency inside the GMP.
Oh, so this can come from the GMP contingency?
Yes,
Bonds contingency,
Huh, we're in favor.
the supplemental, yeah.
sounds to me like this is, buyout savings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Along with our.
So
primary-
we'll eventually get a formal proposal for this, for the group?
exactly. If you all agree that,
Yeah,
that
we
it makes
can get
sense.
do the same thing that we did with, the other one, we can get a ROM and.
Get a rough estimate, okay,
Yes,
and then we'll move to approve you guys going forward or whatever. but-
I mean, it's casework, yeah, and that
Not gonna
hasn't
be
been
that bad.
started yet, it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, it should be.
Shouldn't
Okay.
be. Yep, all right. We just
All right,
wanted to make
but
you aware of that
outlets
one.
Outlets as well,
yes.
then you need it now, because they're doing electrical down there, right? Yeah, so that's gotta happen quickly.
Is casework, general term for like shelves? Filing cabinet, like, is that what casework generally?
Built in.
Built-in.
Things that don't come get delivered.
Got it,
that
okay.
are
I
there.
figured
But they're gonna
as
need
much.
electrical.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
electrical within the casework,
Right, right.
so.
The- Would need to be adjusted. We already had planned for electrical related to that casework.
Is there additional electrical
No, just adjusted.
or just adjusted?
I believe it just adjusted, but because those desks are going to be powered and need to receive power from the wall, we need to confirm if we need a couple more outlets.
Okay, we have to do that soon.
Yep.
We're
Right.
aware.
Item number 2, we wanted to just touch base with this group. Chip is aware that in the equipment for athletics, we discussed a desire to buy floor protection for the main gym.
Yep.
And some options were provided to Chip and Mike and Tim O'Brien. And we just wanted to make sure that you wanted to proceed. It sounds like it's strongly desired. There's just no great space to tuck away these roll racks. And if I think I can share, I'm going to send a request
It ends
to
up
share.
going in, it ends up going in a hallway, or it ends up going against a wall, or it goes somewhere. It's floor mats so that when they
Just
do
floor mat.
events in the gym on the hardwood floor,
Thanks.
the hardwood floor is protected.
Protected, so it's not scratched
Right.
out.
I mean, when we had ours at Belmont Hill, it was tucked at the end of a bleacher and it gets rolled out. But we've always said like that if there are requests that are out there that don't need to be made day one, that we're gonna put them on a list, and if there's money left over, then go through that list and say yes or no. This is certainly an item that can go there.
So the
'Cause
way
this
that
doesn't need to be bought now.
it doesn't need to be bought now, and as we reviewed at the FF&E meeting on Tuesday, it does need to be priced now as a single package, which is what Stafura is hired to do. So they are pricing all of the equipment in one package. If we start breaking it out, that causes more work, and that will cause another ad service, which we do not want to do. We can get the prices, and you don't have to elect to buy right now. But
That's fine.
as part of the FF&E, they need to do all the work at once, and I can say more about the meeting on Tuesday, but
That's fine, and we can put this aside and say,
Yeah.
don't buy yet.
if you so choose, yep. So again, just wanted to let you know,
We're
these things
talking
are,
I don't have it in front of me, Helen, what was it, 34,000, something like that?
they're all in the, yeah, they're all in the 30
We're
to
not doing
39.
C. It's
What's
not
that?
C, it's either A or B.
Correct, yeah, these roll racks. So this is what you're looking at in this,
I think it was
sketch.
33, one was 33, one was 35, maybe.
yeah, they're all in the 32 to 39. I think well, I
Right,
can
and they
flip back and
literally
forth.
could stay right there.
If that's fine with you, we just wanted to make clear, and I wouldn't put, from an exiting standpoint, we don't want them in the corridors, okay? But just wanted to make clear that these
No,
things
we-
are
we-
huge.
They'd be in the gym for when you have it'd be for a gym when there's ever an inspection.
Okay,
But they're.
Just don't tell me
Yeah,
about the
so what they do
corridors.
is they have a triangle mat and they're really thin vinyl. And
Right.
you lock the rolling and
And you
you
just
pull them
roll out.
out and it drops down. And then you attach it to the rod and wheel it back in.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
these
okay,
guys,
they're there.
Yeah,
this stuff,
Oh, okay.
all right? Okay, we just wanted to double check that everyone was
perfect.
comfortable with these
Yeah.
large roll racks.
Who's
Um,
keeping this list that's gonna be looked at the end of the project?
well,
We'll-
FF&E,
we'll
we're
put
gonna go
down
through
the-
everything FF&E and look at the FF&E when we go for their budget.
No, I'm saying in
and even-
general, the whole global list of things that
I
come
think
up
there's like
outside
3
of
things on it so far.
a couple things, yeah, like, so someone's
Like
keeping
the
a list.
softball field lights.
Right, that's what I mean, like, so we don't have to remember in a year and a half, like,
No.
oh, what did we say was gonna be on this list? Someone's actually keeping a list.
Well, we haven't even.
You know what I
talked
mean?
about the turf yet.
Okay.
That was one. Yeah.
I said I was going to.
Okay.
I have to update it.
As long as
but I
someone's
will do
keeping it, yeah.
All right.
All right, who's keeping the list? Is that you, Chris? Who's keeping
Chris,
the
I was
list?
gonna say Helen's gonna participate in that.
Chris,
I don't think there's much of a list at this point.
at this point, but it's better just to make sure we
Yeah,
have it,
right.
and
Yeah.
that way, if anything gets added,
Yeah.
we can go back to it.
All right, and I have one more FF&E related item, and Joe certainly pipe in. So we did meet on Tuesday on the budget. And we are marching towards hopefully an approval by the full PBC on the 16th of October. We're having another meeting on the 14th. Stafura is preparing a document that sort of charts the progression of budget development, going all the way back to schematic design. As Joe is already quite aware, we had thought that a $2,500 per student budget would do the job. This was again back in 2021. But now that we have all the equipment requests in, and certainly costs have gone up, if we do buy everything that's on the equipment lists, we are looking at a $5,200 per student budget. So 5.2 million as opposed to 2.5. That is a very large
Right.
difference.
So how are we gonna see this list of all the equipment that's being proposed to be bought?
The
and
subcommittee has
different
it.
pricing?
The subcommittee has it. And
Yes,
But how
It's
is
in their
the full
possession.
committee gonna see it and when?
we're going to go over the list again on the 14th,
mhm.
because some things were not,
But we're only
Ready?
gonna, so we're not gonna get it, we're gonna
you're gonna get it on the,
to vote on it for the 16th?
yeah.
So what we can do,
That can't get done.
so
I mean, who's gonna be able to look at it between the 14th and the 16th?
hold on a second. So if I may, Stafura is preparing the summary. When we send out the summary to the subcommittee, the subcommittee can share everything with the full committee prior
So
to
just
the,
just
next
have
week.
to send it out to the whole committee.
fine, we can absolutely do that.
Yeah,
Not
And
not
when
much is.
will that happen?
Well, they're preparing the memo now, so I would think by early next week, which leads me to the next item. It's the furniture sit test and sample review. Furniture is coming into the school this week. Stafura will be on site the 10th of October. That's next
no, the
Wednesday.
8th. The 8th,
Sorry, the 8th, which is next
Right.
Wednesday. They will be there from 2:30 to 5:30, I think. Tim
they
had
said
sent around.
5:30, Helen, but I also, like I told her, if some of the members of the committee need to be there, with her and they can't make it 5:30, she may have to stay a little later that night. But
Yep.
I told that to the members of the committee that were here today,
Okay,
and they're gonna let me know.
great.
So she may have to stay later.
That's fine. And people, if they can't make it on the 8th, the furniture will be there the full week. And they just need to make arrangements to visit the school during school
Right,
hours
but
or a
that's
little
not
beyond.
necessarily all that easy to do.
You gotta make arrangements with the administration to get in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I would just say, let's have them extend it to 7 and be done with it.
I agree. Ellen, tell her to be there till 7 o'clock. So that if anybody can't make it until, because of work.
Everybody should be.
well,
able
you
to
wait a
make-
minute, you're asking her to be there for 5 hours. I
Yes, I
don't,
am. Yeah, I am.
okay,
Yes, I am.
all right, let me talk to them.
Well, they're we added another 50 grand to their,
Or can they
Contract.
start later in the day? Instead of 2:30, can the window go start later?
They also
Is
need
it-
to be there for the teachers, folks. The
Yeah.
teachers
but-
need to be
but
able to
Helen,
see
the
things
teachers-
as
I
well.
don't, Helen, I
They need to
appreciate
sit.
that you're trying to protect them. I work a 10-hour day.
Mhm.
Having somebody there for 5 hours doesn't seem to be unreasonable to me.
All right, let me reach back to them.
Helen, we are volunteers. That's all we are. Okay, and we're not getting paid for this. They are. So they can be there until 7 o'clock. And maybe if everybody comes and they're done at 6, great, then they can leave, the
Mhm.
members of the committee. But I would let her know that she should probably be there till 7,
Okay,
just because some people work.
okay.
Thank you.
I'm more worried about the $2.7 million than
Oh.
sitting on chairs.
Okay, anything else
So,
for
we'll talk.
FF&E?
We'll discuss that when we see it.
Good.
No, and just to note, the technology is on a different track. Really,
Yeah.
the intensive work on that is going to start this month. There's also been a staff change at the high school. Jeff Weiner is gone. So we're hoping that doesn't slow anything down.
He's in charge of all the technology. That's
He was the
that's a
IT guy?
loss.
At the high school, yeah.
So you're working with
That's-
Todd and
That's a real loss.
are you, is Todd Bowden involved?
Todd is involved and there are 2 other
But Jeff
folks at
was
the high school.
Really
Uh,
good. Jeff was involved with.
He knew everything.
Yeah. Yep. So
Um,
we'll work through it.
Got a replacement?
When you say technology's on a different path, are you doing a budget review similar to what you just what you did for the furniture, and you expecting a change there?
Yeah, I'm expecting a change, but not of the order of magnitude as FF&E.
Okay. And when's the timeline you think we'll see that number?
So that, I don't know. We're working
Yeah, we
with
haven't
the
even
school
started.
now,
Wait.
starting now, so that'll take another
Okay.
month or so. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Just wondering. Thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be procured in the same timeline because furniture needs to be manufactured. You want to buy your
Mhm.
technology as close to install date as possible because of
Right.
all the changes. So
Everything gets upgraded, right? Yeah.
exactly.
Okay,
Yep. All right,
thanks.
that's all I have.
Good. Thanks.
What's the next?
Auditorium.
Next we have auditorium, so we have a couple,
So last time we met, we talked about the donor
the plates.
plates. And Bond did an inventory of them.
Yeah.
So I did 2 options. One is keeping them all in the center, which they all fit.
But when you're saying this, are you?
Right here, the
showing me
yellow.
Right there, see
Yellow.
the yellow.
Oh, okay.
Can you zoom in?
Yeah, I get, what?
There.
So every yellow has a plate.
So every yellow has a plate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that meets all the names in the current.
That would
theater.
meet the 121.
Right.
Okay.
Another,
The other option.
the other
was
option is
just, if
spreading
there's
them out to where they. To replicate where they are now.
Regarding that, regarding naming issues. The policy of the town is that the town council has privy over the naming issues. I had a discussion with, Counselor Chines. I have put together, I requested a list from, the superintendent and the principal on what names are there at the present high school. And, we're going to then, Jonathan is gonna then talk to, the town council where we may have to appear before him to discuss the official process of it.
I want to appear before them.
The process, right?
I want
For
to,
naming.
Because it's there,
because,
yeah.
because I want to make sure that if we do it for one, we do it for all, that we don't pick and choose. And that includes the woman who's so adamant about the track. But I don't think you can, I don't think you can carry the name forward on the track and not on the theater. I don't know how you.
A memorial,
how you make that.
a memorial versus a private entity naming something could be considered different. I think that's up for the town
I think
council
that's
to
up to
explore.
town council to
Right,
explore
right.
And
It's
make a decision.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's always been the
Not
intent,
us,
Not us.
right?
not
Because
Doug Lyons.
there are certain memorial names in the memorial
There
high
are
school.
quite a few.
Right, quite a few.
Yeah,
I've seen
there
the
are.
list, at least a dozen, if not more.
I mean, the field house is named.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
The field house is named.
So the town council will have. to
Other
take that.
areas, other areas are named in the present high school.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so then they'll have to reaffirm all that and come back to the group with what they vote on, and then that's what it is.
It's not gonna be our decision.
No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
No, but I think we should be the ones that present it to them.
Yeah.
We are going.
In terms of
I'd like to-
your options, which one do you like better?
Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
I'd like to be involved in that.
Kind of like that.
The option B, I think, I like that is nice. The only thing is if there's any new names that will ever be put on, like they'll never have the opportunity to get closer to the stage, if that's a big thing. Where this, they would have the wings,
I
to-
like
like
that.
this.
Center.
No,
You like the second one?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah, I
second
kinda
one.
like the second
I
one
like
better.
the second one
Similar-
too.
it's similar to
Because
what
it's
it
similar
was,
to the.
what it was.
If we're trying, we'll let town council figure this one out, but if we're trying to replicate what's there, this
That's it.
replicates what's there.
Yeah.
That was the seating for the
Right.
old
Right,
black box.
Yeah.
And that's what people donated to.
okay,
Correct.
so we'll wait to hear from him, and then it goes back to the full group, because that's when we discussed this at the last, yeah.
Right, it should,
Yeah.
so here's what I would say, town council should say, yes, we want the name plaques to be in the new theater. And then we say, okay, thank you. They'll be in the new theater, and we'll decide where they go. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, or we don't present them with options. We say that if we go forward with naming, this is where we want them to go.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they're gonna make a decision where the center of we'll make the decision where the plates will go.
I don't know.
They'll
what-
make a
I don't
decision
know
if
what-
the plates will
What
go.
town council will and won't do sometimes.
They might put them all on one seat.
Yeah. Make that armrest really
If you
tall.
donate a lot, you get a seat closer to the front.
I don't think, Joe, I don't
random
think
back
there
there?
were, I
Right.
don't think there was rank and
No, there
file.
was not.
Was it alphabetical?
No.
Just
It
random.
was random, essentially. And I think it was, first come, first served.
So not only do we have this, don't we have a plaque with all those names on it
Yeah,
too?
there was one outside the theater,
Outside
there
the
is one.
theater, right?
Yeah.
See markers and a donors list, yeah.
So the question is, does that carry through as well?
Yeah. No. I think it'd be better just to have the names of the seats, but we'll figure that out down the road.
But all of this has to happen pretty quickly.
When did
Sorry.
they meet?
Pardon?
When do they
Maybe
meet?
like twice a month. Every other-
I raised this with
Second and fourth
Jonathan,
Monday,
First or third or
First
second?
last
and third,
week.
yeah.
and he was gonna find out and talk to the chair.
Is Chair Maureen there?
Yes,
It's still Marie, yeah. Mhm.
I think the naming on the plates and where they go is not that hot. I
No.
think the name of the,
the name of the theater is,
that's what,
is the,
Because
Estimate
there's
needs.
space
Yeah,
for
these can be
that,
put on.
lettering and part of the.
Yeah, the
whole-
plan was a
Oh, these are
ring
put on.
old
these were put on sporadic, whatever you
Yeah,
bought one, they put one on.
lettering.
They would go on there.
Yeah.
That's not urgent for us.
So,
So,
anything else on this?
all right,
That was my items not expected.
are there any other auditorium issues? or was that it?
That was it.
That was it? Any items not anticipated? for
Okay,
the-
so I'll just make a
gonna-
statement about, so there's a couple things happening in town. The Conservation Commission is trying to push through a wetlands bylaw. Meaning a more restrictive bylaw than our current Massachusetts State Wetlands Protection Act. They were shooting for this fall's meeting. This fall's meeting will not happen because a number of us spoke at the Concom meeting. And said we will do a rallying cry because you guys aren't ready to present the bylaw. It's not thought out well enough. But they are gonna work on it to try to do something in the spring. We are trying to make sure that it does not affect any projects that have already been approved. They were trying to make it retroactive so that, like, if you were building within a 50-foot setback and you got approval, if they have a hard 50-foot now, you gotta come back and try to get, so they don't, that's come off the table. So we think we're okay, but which brings me to, I wanna get the bases in for the lights as quickly as possible. So where do we stand with that?
So the bases are gonna be available the week of the 13th from Musco. We're trying to nail down Island Light to a schedule, so waiting to hear back from Quigley on that, but we're targeting doing it this fall.
Great. I think
We-
that becomes critical and essential.
So we got sort of confirmation it'd be the week of the 27th.
Okay, and we've made,
To install it.
Yeah, but we're
and
still
we've
trying to
voted
get
and
that.
approved all
It
those
was voted
funds
and approved
already,
hard, yes.
We're ready to go.
bases and.
Yep.
Well, okay.
Yep.
All right, well, now you know why I will keep asking and pushing for that.
We want to get it done too, to get it off our plate for next
Well,
year.
Well, we don't want it to come into spring, we've had we had one bad softball season, we can't have two.
Well, that was kind of my point with Quigley is we don't wanna, we can't do it in the spring and summer because they're over there playing, right? So
Right.
if we didn't get it this fall, it's gonna be like August next year before we can do it again. So I'd rather not wait that long to do trenching and all that sort of stuff because we're gonna be well into finishes by
Yeah,
then.
Right, and then it will just look weird. Have this
27th
brown
is what?
patch around the,
Okay,
so.
October.
No,
Good.
what?
good.
So Jerry, given that, does it make sense to plan on doing all the piping? At least to the bases?
Yeah, that would be part of it.
No, I know, but what about, even if you don't have confirmation that the bases are gonna be ready? Get the piping to
The
within
bases-
10 feet.
The bases are gonna be ready though.
Oh, okay, so you're,
Musco is confirmed that
so
the
there's,
week of the
so
13th, they'll be.
there's no problem getting it done this fall.
Right, it's Island Light is like the installer that you have to work with that is like certified to do Musco's stuff. So they're working with Wiggly to do the installation, right? So they're the kind of fly in the ointment, so to speak, as far as like getting there, and what Marcus is saying is. We're being told like pencil them in for like the 27th, if that's kind of where they're targeting fitting us in.
Cause no other electrical company can do it. Because they're,
Honestly,
call it signatory to Musco, even though that might not be the right word.
anytime I've had any dealings with Musco Light, Island Light has done it.
Okay. So they're cut, that,
It's like a preferred vendor for Musco, so.
yeah, which is fine, that's who you want, so as long as we get it, I mean. Do I think we're gonna have heavy frost before Christmas? No. But we have snow before Christmas, yes, but. I'm more worried about heavy frost.
What are they thinking for the install
Should be
time?
fine, yeah.
I didn't ask that question.
Okay.
It's probably start to finish, it's probably 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, it's,
Cause they have to hold them up while they set them.
You can only do one at a time, because it's a derrick truck there holding it, and then, I mean, once it's all done, the trenching aspects. Kind of, I mean, it goes quickly, but I mean, it's time consuming to kind of do the whole perimeter, you know, it's.
Any other matters, not anticipated?
be, It's just 'cause I'm the one,
Parking.
we're still working on it. And again,
Oh,
John, no, we were talking
No,
like.
the general,
Parking.
the
that's,
complaints from neighbors.
not
That-
us,
I think
that's
they've been
school
resolved.
and.
That I think has been resolved.
I think so.
That there's been a miscommunication, shall we say, by one of the individuals who complained
Okay,
and made a misrepresentation as to the facts.
okay,
And if that continues, we will be dealing with it, but right now it appears that it's really students that are parking in that one area, not construction workers, even though it was represented as such.
sure, okay.
And
And at that
I
point,
did not,
it becomes a
and
school
and
issue.
for the record, if he's listening, if he ever listens, I did not appreciate it one bit. The other thing, the only other area was the cement trucks and all those that come through the.
I've got a,
You gotta hope that,
I've got a laborer that
People
stands
listen.
out there in the morning and
thank you.
deals with, and I told Tim that I would do that until we got all the signage kind of posted, so I'll probably do it for another week, even though the signs are up.
The signs are up, okay.
The signs are up. My guy put two of them in the wrong direction. I'll correct that tomorrow morning.
Only to come in during.
But they're up.
hours.
They are, up. You can always say, I put the sign up.
They are, there's 4 signs out there.
All right, no, I'm,
He seemed to be in a good place last week when I talked to him for back.
so. All right, anything else? Motion to adjourn, so be it. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
It's
Good
all.
evening.